G'day guys, Uncle Wayno here. I am multitasking today. I'm heading down to see a friend and I thought, well, I might as well kill two birds with one stone and I'll film a whole What's Sold episode while I'm driving. So I thought this was a good way to spend my hour drive, save me a bit of time when I get home. I've got a few VHS tapes to show you. I do have tons of stuff to do at home. I've been doing quite a bit in the last week, just mainly sorting and cleaning. At a big trestle table in my lounge room that was just piled with stuff on it. I got that all sorted out last night actually, so I'm pretty happy about that. So I haven't actually been listing much, even though I really need to. So my sales have been down a bit because, yeah, basically I've been neglecting eBay, but I have listed a few things here and there just to sort of try and keep it ticking along. So a couple of these What Solds are from actually a couple of weeks ago because I haven't really listed much in the last couple of weeks. They're all VHS tapes, so let's get stuck straight into it. And the first one is this Rocky Horror Picture Show. It only went for $10, but it's totally worth selling. Like, I got nothing into all these videotapes. Usually when you get videotapes, you've pretty much got nothing into them. At the absolute most, you should only have 50 cents into them, really, because they're that easy to get cheap. It's just hard to get good ones. But yeah, this Rocky Horror Picture Show, I mean, it only sold for $10. I listed it for 15 and I got an offer of 10 and I didn't even count it. It's not worth it. Just take it. You never know. It could just sit there forever otherwise. So I took the $10 on it plus post, so I make about $8.50 of it after fees and stuff. So I'm better off having the $8.50 in my pocket than not, so it was worth it. Next up, I've got this Eddie Charlton's snooker and pool trick shots or something. I'm doing all this off memory, so I might get a couple of little things wrong, like the names of the titles, but just wanted to show this one because this is the sort of thing that can sell, like that you just would look at and think that's complete garbage, like no one's going to want that. But these sort of special interest things, always sort of look them up, and like this one, I don't even think there was any comps for it, so I just put it up for $19.95 and it sold within like an hour of me putting it up. So maybe I put it up too cheap, I'm not sure, but it was just a complete guess. You never know, I could have put it up for $29.95 and it might have never sold. So I was pretty happy with that one. Yeah, so you always look up your special interest sort of ones if they're in a big box. Also if they're in a small box as well, because a lot of the special interest stuff in a small box was never released in a big box, so it's the only way you can get it. But if it's in a big box, always definitely look it up, because you never know. This is literally the sort of thing you would look at in an op shop and you wouldn't even batter an eyelid at it. Next up here we got Bad Taste, this old Peter Jackson movie from the 80s. I think it's from the 80s. Before he did, Peter Jackson's the director of all those crappy Lord of the Rings movies and stuff. This is a bit of a cult favourite. It's got a bit of a cult following, this movie. So I put this up for $29.95 and I got an offer at $25 and I took it because why wouldn't you? All my VHS tapes are plus post, so anything that if I sell it for $25, they pay for shipping. So it's not a bad price for that. It's usually about what it goes for anyway, so I was pretty happy with that one. Now next up here we got this, the Prey, the clamshell. Love the clamshells. I picked this up on my trip where I picked up the 28 VHS tapes for $12, which is really weird. So I don't know how much I've got into it, like 20 something cents or something, I don't know, 30 cents, whatever, you do the maths. But yeah, there wasn't a lot of comps for these sort of things. They're pretty rare. There was one that sold overseas for about $110 or something, but none in Australia, so I chucked this one up for $2.50. I chucked all these clamshells horror movies that I got up for $2.50, which I knew was way too high, but it's the only one on eBay, so I thought I'd chuck them up just for a really high price and see if I get some offers or something. Tons of people watching all three of the big priced horror movies, and I sent out a bunch of offers because that was sort of my plan, and never really got any bites. And I got an offer of $100 for this one. I had $2.50 on it, so I counted at 180 and he counted at 125, and I thought about it and it's probably only worth about 125 to be honest, maybe a little bit more to the right collector. So I just took it. I mean, I've got 30 cents into it, that's $125 plus posts. So it'd be pretty stupid to not take it, especially when one sold overseas for 110. So I was pretty happy with that one. And this one's not as good as it looks. This guy sent me offers for both of these. He sent me, I had $29.95 on the Final Countdown, and I had $2.50 on Rosemary's Killer. Again, Rosemary's Killer was exactly the same as the Prey. Had tons of watches and all that sort of stuff. I put it up for $2.50, too high, to see what would happen. He offered me $100 for that and $20 for Final Countdown. So I took the $20 for the Final Countdown straight away, and then thinking we can barter over the other one. And again, I counted the other one at $180 just to see what he'd do. And funnily enough, he came back with $125, the exact same price as the other guy, the exact same offers. I don't know if they were friends or something. I got no idea, but anyway, that's what the offer was, $125. And I thought, you know what, he's buying the other one. I took the other $125 for the other one, so I'll just take it. So I took it, and he hasn't bloody paid for them. He has messaged me a couple of times saying he's gonna pay, but I don't think it's gonna come. I'm not holding out my hopes. It's been over 4 days, so I can just file a dispute, get me fees back straight away if I want. But I am gonna give him a little bit of time. He has got decent feedback and stuff, so I thought I'll just give him the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes it's worth giving people the benefit of the doubt. I've done it before and they come through and they pay like a week later. So, you know, people have things happen in their life, and all of a sudden you just can't afford that $125 videotape. So you might have to wait till your next pay or something. So I do like to give people the benefit of the doubt for a little bit if they're contacting me. If they're just flat ignoring my messages or whatever, I will just end it and take the fees and relist it. So hopefully he pays. I'm not going to be surprised if he doesn't, because we all know what happens with these people. Most of the time they end up not paying. But yeah, like I said, I will give him the benefit of the doubt. And if he ends up paying, I've done pretty well out of that one as well. If he doesn't end up paying, I had tons of interest in it the first time I listed it. So I've got no problems putting it back up. I think it'll sell eventually anyway. So that's it for this one, short and sweet. I just wanted to do a real quick one while I'm driving, just to save a bit of time. Show you some of the VHS tapes that I sold and what you can actually sell in the VHS tape category, so you can keep your eye out. Definitely always keep your eye out for the clamshells, like I've said before. Even if it's a shitty movie that's not going to sell, just take it for the clamshell. If you're getting it for 50 cents or whatever, just take it for the clamshell, because clamshells break really easily and you'll be able to replace another one later on down the track with it. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching all the way through. I really appreciate it. Look after yourself, be kind, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers! I really need a haircut. It's starting to look like Wolverine.